Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be all about the signs of autism. So the signs that before your child is diagnosed, the things to kind of look out for that are typical signs of autism. We've been looking on the NHS website. We live in the UK, so the NHS, the National Health Service, is kind of the go-to for anything medical for us. We're looking on the website now, and there is a list of signs of autism on the NHS website, and the list states signs of autism in young children include not responding to their name, avoiding eye contact, not smiling when you smile at them, getting very upset if they don't like a certain taste, smell or sound, repetitive movements such as flapping their hands, flicking their fingers or rocking their body, not talking as much as other children, and repeating the same phrases. So we're just gonna, that is what the National Health Service tell you to look out for in autism. I guess they are what the NHF that's a farming company, isn't it? That's what the NHS have recognised as the most common signs of autism, based on, you know, their history of dealing with children on the spectrum. For us personally, with Max, should we go through them and see? So we'll start at the top. So not responding to their name. I always thought that Max did respond to his name.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, so I don't know if that one was relevant. For us, you know, don't forget, we are massive believers that every single child, not just child on the spectrum, but every single child develops at a different rate, and there is nothing wrong with that. And please don't let anyone tell you differently. I wish I had learned that lesson a long time ago. So please, from one mother to another parent or guardian, if there's anything you take from this video, please do not let anybody tell you that your child is not doing what they should be. They're doing their own thing, and that's okay. So Max definitely responded to his name. So that one for us, you know, and that's the first one on the list. So you would look at this and think, oh, well, that must be the most important one. And he does that, so he can't be autistic. So the next one, avoiding eye contact. That was another strange one with Max, wasn't it? Because he would make eye contact, but for very short amounts of time. So he would look, but he would look away, like almost straight away. So you could.
It was more because he was finding other things to be interested in. He was like, he'd be interested in you for a split second, and then he'd be off and do something else.
That's it. So you could get his attention, you know, by calling his name or making sounds, or you know, like you would call anyone. And you would get his attention, but then you'd lose it, like, almost instantly. So, yeah, so the eye contact thing, I guess...
bit hit and miss,
yeah.
I think.
But now, it's really difficult for Max to make eye contact. He, if you're talking to him, he will not be looking at you, you know. And that's still really difficult for me. I don't know about you. I really struggle with that. Especially if I'm having a serious conversation with him, you know, if he has done something wrong that he knows is not right, and he's not looking in the eye, you know, just as a parent trying to discipline your child, I find that really difficult. Yeah, but I love him anyway. So not smiling when you smile at them. Again, I thought Max was a really smiley baby.
You've got that great picture of him sticking his tongue out.
Yeah, and there's a few really good pictures of Max as a young child, as a toddler and a baby, with cracking smiles. So the top 3 on this list don't really apply to Max, and no wonder we had no idea. The next one definitely applies to Max. Getting very upset if they do not like a certain taste, smell or sound.
But that's like to develop, didn't it? It wasn't instantaneous.
I think
because at first he was fine with food, and all of a sudden it started to slowly dip down, didn't it?
Well, with the food we were giving him, yeah. The smell and the sound, we don't know.
Yeah.
And to be honest, with the taste as well. Max had a really severe speech delay. It became really bad. It was classed as severe. And he used to get really frustrated, and we had no idea why. So it could have been all of those things. But he did used to eat his food, whatever we did give to him. So I imagine... yeah, that has developed. But the smell and the sound, the sound, we used to be, outside, and if like a motorbike went past or a really loud car, he would just freak out and cover his ears. He hated loud noises, didn't he? And he still doesn't like them now. Repetitive movements such as flapping their hands, flicking their fingers, or rocking their body. That's also known as stimming. For those in the know, it's called stimming. For those not in the know, it's called stimming. It's basically where you've got so much like energy or angst that you need to do something. See, the hand flapping, again, never did that. Flicking his fingers, I think I do that more than Max does. And rocking his body. He's never done those things. And I think because they've put the examples on there, flapping hands, flicking fingers, rocking the body, you forget that the beginning of that sentence is repetitive movements. And when I think back, Max used to, when he was about 18 months to 2 years, probably 18 months I would say, he used to lay on the floor, then go on to like all fours, but keep his head on the floor and drag his head across the floor. Do you remember? Yeah, stimming. Just, and as you think back, when and you look back, you think, my goodness, there are so many things that he did. I had a phone call from his teacher today saying that she keeps noticing him stimming with his eyes. He keeps doing things with his eyes. And the other thing he does a lot at the moment is he'll just grab onto us, squeeze really tight and go, and it's the squeezing with his hands, the tensing with everything else, and then making the loud noise. That's his stim at the moment, isn't it? So it doesn't have to be the things, the examples. It can be anything that just is repetitive. Not talking as much as other children. Well, we've covered that. He had a severe speech delay, but we only picked it up at 2.5 years because before then, development of speech is just coming then. He did say dada, mama, baba at the right times, at exactly the right times. So up until then, we thought he was developing absolutely fine. Then at his 2.5 year check is where it all began. I have done a video all about what happened at his 2.5 year check. I will link it below because I'm not going to take you through the story of our diagnosis. Now this is just about the signs. Yeah, but he certainly didn't. That was a big one for us. But that's so far down the list on the NHS website. We just didn't think it was relevant. Repeating the same phrases. Now, as a parent, speaking to other parents and guardians, repetitive phrases is normal for any child.
Especially if they learn rude words.
Especially if they learn rude words. But just with TV programmes.
Yeah.
You know, this culture we live in now, there are YouTube. You know, the nursery rhymes, the Johnny Johnny. If you don't know that song, I applaud you. It's so many things. You know, I could sit here for ages and give examples, but children will repeat phrases they see. I guess the difference there, they could be talking about echolalia, is echolalia and palilalia, which again I won't go into now. That's all a bit technical. If you are just looking for signs of autism, we have done a video again on echolalia and palilalia, so I will link that up below as well. If that sound is basically where they copy what you're saying and then copy what they're saying as well. So if that does sound familiar, look at the other video on echolalia and palilalia and yeah, give that a go. So they are the signs of autism from the NHS website, but I wanted to also get some insight from other ASD parents and guardians and from ASD people. So we put a post out on our Instagram page, which is ASD by the Sea. So if you don't already follow us and you do have Instagram, make sure you follow us, ASD by the Sea. We asked, how did you know? How did you know that you or your child had autism? And we had quite a few responses. So this person has said speech, sleep, stimming, socialisation and communication. So there's not just one thing. There are so many things that piece the puzzle together for ASD. So speech, you know, again, sleep, that was a big one for Max. He didn't sleep. He still doesn't sleep. Stimming, socialisation, that's another big one for Max. Max loves being around other children, but he doesn't play with other children, he plays next to them. And unless you are looking for that, you wouldn't see it. Because he's with the children and playing, but he's not playing with them. Yeah, he's playing next to them. So yeah, we are with you on that one. Speech, sleep, stimming, socialisation and communication. Communication was so difficult, wasn't it, with Max? So I hope that they have all improved for you, because we know how tough they can be. So this person said, well, I'm on the autism spectrum. Go on you. I got diagnosed when I was 11 and my parents saw me rocking and going, doing, I imagine that says, a lot of non-typical things. So not sure what the non-typical things are, but like we said, you know, there are so many things. So rocking, I guess that's a stimming thing. So I hope you've had some support and that you've got everything you need now and that you're doing really well. So this person said flapping hands and withdrawn. Again, flapping hands is stimming. It is really common, the flapping hands thing, and I think that's why.
It is. Yeah, I've seen it a lot in my work.
Yeah, I've seen loads of people do it. It's just, you know, it doesn't have. If you think, oh, my child's not autistic because they don't flap their hands, that's not the case. It's just that a lot of autistic people do flap their hands. And withdrawn. So again, find it difficult to play and socialise with other people, even though you want to sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. It's a bit like you. Yeah. You want to socialise, you just can't seem to do it, can you? Jake's on the waiting list for a test for Asperger's. I've heard loads of people say it now, and I'm sure that's how you say it.
Although whether it would be classed under Asperger's now, because it's changed recently.
Oh, is it?
Well, they're trying to...
know this.
They're tying it all under as ASD.
Oh, no, I did know that.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Okay, so this person has said, I think my rage issues and meltdowns were a big sign. It will be interesting to have a little bit more background to that, but I can imagine that your rage issues and meltdowns were, don't want to assume, but being an autism parent, I imagine you wasn't getting the right support, the right stimulation of what you needed, and communication.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sounds that you didn't have, you know, what you needed, and that's how you reacted to it. So I hope, because you've put were a big sign, I hope that now you've got the right support and you don't have rage issues anymore. This person said from the age of 2, he had little obsessions. He'd carry about an apple the way most kids would carry a comforter. Yeah,
interesting.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, thank you for that one. Yeah, I guess, you know, obsessions is huge, isn't it, in the ASD community? You know, I guess once you find something that you know feels, smells, tastes, whatever, gives you some sort of comfort, you hang on to it. And what an amazingly clever thing. You know, they say that autism brains are much more vast than a neurotypical brain, and that, you know, why on earth wouldn't you carry on doing something that made you feel better? Good for you. I love that one. And as they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. You're onto something there. So that was a really nice varied response from our Instagram followers. Like I say, our Instagram page is at ASD by the Sea, so be sure to check that out. Let us know in the comments, how did you first see signs of autism in yourself or in your child or another family member? I would love to know. I absolutely love talking about autism. I think it's just the most wonderful world that for years and years you and I were completely ignorant to. And I think anyone is. Yeah. Anyone that isn't in that world, you are really ignorant to it. And then you are thrusted into it with, you know, like the speed of a 0 to 120 roller coaster in 0.2 seconds. And you have to learn very fast, and it's continuous learning. So I would really love to know. Please leave us some comments and let us know how you first discovered the world of autism. Thank you so much for watching this video. Our next video will be on Friday, and Friday is a fun day video, and we've got something very exciting planned this Friday. So make sure you check that out. If you don't currently subscribe to our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. There is a link at the end of this video that you can hit and subscribe. It's completely free, and you'll be notified as soon as our next video is up. We also are looking for people to join our crew. Down below in the description, we have got a join our crew link. Make sure you check it out because we'd love to have you on board. We are having an ASD online party. We are so excited. We are pioneering this brand new idea. We're absolutely thrilled that we can finally give something back that works to both of our strengths. Jake will be the technical music man, and I will be the one delivering the fun and frolics. It's going to be great. So make sure you check out the link below to our party. Tickets are now on sale and they are just £5 per family. What a bargain. Our first event is happening on Saturday the 2nd of November. It's 5 until 8 p.m. and it's a party from the comfort of your own home. Let us entertain you. It's going to be wonderful. Thank you so much for watching and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!